experts say more Americans are booking getaways for the fall season. Despite recent mass travel delays across the country, more people now say they favor smaller crowds, cooler weather, and off-season discounts. Who doesn't like that? Experts say post-pandemic holiday travel has also increased as remote work helps people travel year-round. Joining me now with more on this here in Studio 57 is Arnie Weissman. He is the editor-in-chief of Travel Weekly. Welcome.
Good morning. Glad to be here.
You have come armed and loaded with lots of information that's going to be really helpful for folks who are planning a trip in the next couple of months. But let's start with this. Why are more people traveling right now?
Well, it's interesting because typically the shoulder season, which is the fall season, is a big slowdown because there's schools back into session. And really,
Right.
it's the schools that determine what's the shoulder season, not the attractiveness of the destination at one point in the year. So you're seeing a couple of things. There's some leftover pent-up demand as a result of the pandemic when everybody was stuck at home and travel was on pause. So this last summer was just astounding. Over-tourism returned in full force.
Yeah.
And there's still some slippage. It was people were unable to get into some of the places in Europe that they wanted to go, but they can get in now.
There were also some big things driving the economy that maybe people didn't expect. Things like the Beyonce concert, the Taylor Swift concert, right? So things like that were driving where people decided to take time off, at least domestically.
That's correct. And in fact, that's one of the things you have to watch for in the shoulder season, because generally speaking, prices are lower, significantly lower. But if you happen to be going to a city where there's a Taylor Swift concert, the occupancy is going to be sky high at the hotels. You're going to be lucky to get a seat and pay less than double you might have paid otherwise.
Right. I want to ask you about where people should be going this time of year if they're looking for a deal.
Yeah, so there's a number of things. Generally speaking, fares have dropped by double digits almost everywhere.
Okay.
And if you're looking at places in Europe, London is a 35% drop into the fall season from the high point in the summer. You've got Paris at 41% lower. In the USA, if you want to go in the Pacific Northwest, it's a big deal. Portland, Seattle, both 41, 43% down, but New York City's 34%. Orlando down 32%.
Okay.
Las Vegas even down 24%.
And Arnie, really quickly, before we leave you, I want to ask when the best time is to book a trip if you're looking to book something in 2024.
Yeah. It's generally speaking, early is good, but not always, because sometimes they put them on fairly high, and then they're looking at demand and how demand works out.
Right.
So I would say, look, go to your travel advisor maybe 3 months before you're ready to go at the shortest, rather.
Okay. Yeah, the 3-month rule.
Yep.
Pretty wise. Okay, Arnie, thanks so much for your time and all of that insight. We appreciate it.
Thank you.